AFTV Lee, I saw you just having a little bit of a ding-dong with one of the fans there. He came on earlier and he's saying that he thinks it's down to the players. We don't have the players to do any better, but I don't know what it is, but the performances at the moment are very poor.
Listen, everybody was going mad about the transfer window at the beginning of the season. It was all great. Now all of a sudden it's the players that ain't great. You know what I mean? Someone turning around and saying the club can't afford it, can't afford to get rid of a manager. You know, come on, Robbie. I've just heard him turn around there and say that about Liverpool, right? It took Klopp 4 years, yeah? It took Klopp 4 years, but when they had Hodgson in there, they got rid of him because he weren't good enough, right? Then they got rid of Kenny Dalglish, who's their idol, because he wasn't good enough. Then they get rid of Brendan Rodgers when he's nearly won them the league because he weren't good enough. Then they get Klopp, yeah? So don't compare us with Liverpool, right? Don't compare us with Liverpool. At the end of the day, you have to look at the manager today. That today was not good enough, Robbie. Not good enough. You keep blaming the players.
Why do you think today he didn't, I was baffled to see why, pleased that Ozil start, but no Nicolas Pepe. And then when we need a goal now, we're not bringing Pepe on.
Do you know what someone said in the pub today? And this is exactly right. He picks the team, right, and every week, you pick 9 players, you think, yeah, he's all right, and the other 2, you're all doubting and all that. And that's what he does every single week. He brings Ozil and he leaves out somebody else, and he brings in someone else, and there's something else wrong. Look, substitutions today cost us the game, Robbie. Totally in control. It wasn't the greatest game in the world, but you take the 1-0. But he makes 2 substitutions. Anybody come on here and explain to me what those substitutions do? You cannot keep going it. Now, how many more points, before you keep saying that giving to the end of the season, how many important points are we going to drop before we turn around and say enough's enough? How many more points?
The league form at the moment is terrible.
It's been the league form since the beginning of the season has not been good enough. It wasn't good enough 8 games into the last season, Robbie. You take that in consideration as well. It's not a knee-jerking situation. People saying, right, and us fans are embarrassing. What, we're not allowed to moan, we're not allowed to criticise. Yeah, we're not allowed to come on here and criticise about what we're seeing, about a manager that's not good enough. You know what I mean? We pay the top money all around the country. What I'd expect to see is a team that's organised, that can defend and defend properly. I'm seeing a team week in, week out, just go through a mismatch of defending. Look at the goal. They haven't had to work for that goal. It was just for one little sloppy crossover there. I then go down the other end and I see their defenders making top-class headers and diving about for the calls because they're good defenders, And everybody now, Mesut Ozil today, he's brought him back. Why? Why? He's froze him completely out. He's had to bring him back because of things are not going well. He done okay today, but faded out of the game. But ask yourself, Robbie, anybody ask yourself, Aubameyang, what did he do in the second half? Where was he in the second half? Now, that is with your creative midfielders, Ceballos and Ozil in the team. And he's still not getting fed, is he? He's still not getting fed.
My thing is, I just feel that the play is too slow. It's too slow. We're moving the ball too slow. And if you've got a good defence, they can read it. And if you actually look at our goal, it was quick movement and we scored. And that's my thing on it. I think it's too slow at the moment.
Listen, I get what the fans are saying. Like some of those fans there saying that the players are not good enough, right? What are they not good enough for?
I think we got a good enough squad to be in the top 4.
They're good enough. All those players out there are good enough to beat Crystal Palace and Wolves. Otherwise, they wouldn't be Arsenal players, Robbie. You know what I mean? But we're not beating them. So you have to ask yourself, why? Why are we not beating them? Because of the manager. He set up the tactics today. You tell me today, anybody that's trying to defend Emery today, can they explain to me what Torreira was doing? What actually position was he playing and what was he doing?
I don't know.
Right, you don't know. I don't know. The fans don't know. But we've got a right to say, oh, hold on a minute, something's not right here. When I look at a player that's a defensive midfield player, he's our furthest player forward. And then he takes him off. And then when he takes him off, and he takes Lacazette off, our hold-up play goes all out the window because we've got no one to hold the ball up. We lose control of the midfield, and we end up drawing the game. But we can't criticise him, and we've got to wait to the end of the season. When I see that today, I'm sorry, Robbie, enough's enough.